thought Nate and Aaron said they might show up at some point.
Conjugal visits.
I don't know what Jackie's doing or whatnot, but hey, welcome to the UTG After Party. If you're here, somebody buy us a fucking drink.
Yeah. Yeah, water, anything.
Yeah, exactly. So, how'd any more crazy road bumps on the way today?
Oh man,
No, you didn't, drop any axles in the dirt or?
Not today. Not today.
You froze right up too. So damn. Or it might have been me. I think it was me.
I'm freezing again. Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
Just reset too, so I don't know. It might be both of our internet.
We're gonna listen back. It's just gonna be two big pauses.
Right, pause. Well, I think we probably didn't sun our buttholes enough today, and that's why the vibe's not right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm all out of whack. I wore shoes yesterday.
What? Oh no!
And it was horrible. We threw boots on. It was super cold in the morning. It was like high 30s. And we were going for a walk, and we were kind of in a hurry. We just wanted to walk out to the back field and see the sunrise over. It's pretty cool. And so we shot out there. I had work boots on, and then I started closing up shop. And I'm like, I'm really gonna want shoes on. I've been wearing Crocs when I don't. Like barefoot or Crocs, no
some
socks.
Would just slip on. Yeah.
So I left my boots on, and they're kind of fucked up. They were my work boots, but I just kept them. I want to order a new pair of the same ones, but I just didn't.
But sometimes you need a pair of boots. So
yeah, I didn't have time. I'll order a new pair of them.
Yeah.
But these ones are kind of busted up, and so I haven't worn them in like 3 weeks, and I threw them on to walk out back, and I came back, and I was running around the trailer, and then the whole shit with the tire and all of that, up and down on and off my knees, like doing the fucking air pressure tire or the tire pressure and all that shit. And then all of a sudden,
sitting around not wearing boots for weeks.
Yeah, my knees start hurting, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, it's just because I'm kneeling and shit. And then we ride in the car for like 5 hours, and I'm not moving, and they get all sore. And we get the trailer set up and everything, and I'm like, man, my fucking knees hurt like crazy. And I looked down, I was like, I have fucking boots on. What the fuck?
God damn it!
I took the boots off. I took my socks off. I went outside. I walked around a little bit, and then I came in and I sat down.
Yeah.
And Corey's like, hey, can you let the dogs out? And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my knees will feel like. I stood up. I felt fucking fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Boots are fucking y'all up. Shit.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. My shoulders were all tight and everything because my posture was all off from wearing the shoes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I usually have a pair of shoes on, but I'm real picky about the ones that I wear. Like right now, these like really loose-fitting, flexible Skechers. I hate putting the boots on, but if I did, I would keep one fucked up pair around because sometimes there's jobs I get into where I'm like, I might have to throw these boots away afterwards, so I'm gonna wear the fucked up ones.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you doing, Patty?
I have 15 minutes before I have to go to this dinner.
15 minutes.
So I'm in
this many hands tough.
This many hands tough. No, I'm in Memphis already. I got here Monday, and I am out here for a construction lawyers conference. And I'm coordinating one of the sessions, and so the speakers dinner is tonight that I have to go to, which is it'll be fun, but it's a bummer because usually we go out and have fun, and we can't because we have.
Oh, here we go, Rachel.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing we got to talk about tonight. Patty, did you know we should probably talk about it now since you only have 15 minutes?
Yeah.
We're talking about sunning buttholes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are we sunning buttholes?
Yeah. That was actually on Fireside Freedom. We were sunning buttholes.
Why are we sunning buttholes?
For vitamin D or spiritual growth or something.
You could just eat a gummy. That would be okay too.
But you couldn't.
Patty's solution.
Spread your cheeks to the sun gods.
Have you ever sunburned your ass? Because let me tell you.
No, I've not.
Actually, I haven't. Like you might have.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. So the first time I went to Hawaii, we had a 4 days in one room and 3 days in the other room, like in a nicer room. So while we waited for the other room to be ready, we went to the beach that's right there in Waikiki and fell asleep on our stomachs in the sun. Yeah.
No, my cheeks would actually be covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right. No, I'm saying that I would be spreading the cheeks to get the sunlight to the actual starfish.
Let me tell you, if you're just wearing a bathing, like if you were wearing like a Speedo, the sun moves. It gets in there.
It gets in the cracks.
Yeah. So we were so sunburned. Like, and I thought I was all cute because this is like pre-baby and 20 pounds ago, right?
Corey just brought up an absolutely phenomenal point.
Yeah.
She's like, what's it feel like after you eat like atomic wings or jalapenos? Can you imagine if it was like sunburn?
That would be a bad day. Yeah.
Burn from the inside and out.
So, but seriously, you guys be careful. Like, use whatever organic sunscreen you need to use, but sun poisoning is not a joke.
I don't know about you, Brian, but I'm not actually going to sun my butthole.
No, but like anywhere. Like if you're out in like Hawaii or like closer to the equator, like I know everyone's like, sunscreen is poison. Put on some fucking sunscreen, okay?
You heard it on the after party first, folks.
Yeah.
Sunscreen your butthole.
Sunscreen your butthole.
With organic sunscreen, whatever.
Organic, you're right.
I just use like
not aluminum shit.
You have to put
KY. I don't know. KY would probably be like putting tanning oil on, right?
Yeah,
like
it would. It'd be like. Yeah.
It'd be like that scene in Seinfeld where Kramer covers himself in butter and then like lays on the roof.
Yeah.
It really would.
Starts cooking like a turkey.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You do not. Right. And I know like a lot of people are like, oh my God, there's chemicals in sunscreen. Well, I would rather have chemicals than throw up for 2 hours like we did when we got so sick. Like, listen, like it's.
You could wear a sweater.
Yeah, no. And I just wear like a long sleeve rash guard because I'm not 22 anymore.
I just don't go outside when it's directly sunny.
That's boring.
You know, like I'm in Texas, so
you do look like a vampire a little bit.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you and me, we're a little too white to be out there sunning our buttholes on like a beach in Waikiki.
Yeah, this is like as white as I've ever been after I moved to Washington.
I mean, you have to work up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to start at northern latitudes in the winter.
Most summers, if I'm outside a lot during the summer, I'm like Mexican colored.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Like dark.
When I was in California and kayaking every weekend, in fact, my son found a picture of me from like high school, and or maybe it's like 8th grade. I should find it and show it. And he's like, "Mama, you're really brown." I'm like, "Yeah."
I'll burn about two good times, and then after that, I'll tan. You know, I've got family members that cannot tan; they just get freckles.
Oh no! Everybody in my family tans.
Yeah, no. I'm one of the lucky ones that got the partial red hair gene, but still can tan.
Yeah, I have a partial redhead gene. It makes me really resistant to anesthesia.
Yeah. Hell, I can't even fucking take a normal dose of like ibuprofen. I've got to take double dose to have an effect, so I just don't take it.
Yeah, I really do.
Corey yelled at me because I took 3 fucking Aleve tonight.
Why would you take less than 3? What, less than 3? Less than 3
is Sasquatch size too, so shit.
What?
You're like Sasquatch size too, so 3 wouldn't be much for you. I would.
That's what my thoughts are. But
how many milligrams is that? That's like.
What are those 500s?
Are they 500s? Okay, that's a little much.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dose, but I mean, if you need it, you may as well take it. You know.
I had like a super bad headache, like at the base of my skull. Every time I move my head.
He took a dose that they gave me after my surgery, basically.
Yeah, that's what they gave her right after her surgery. So.
Yeah, but women are way better at tolerating pain than men. If you haven't.
That is true.
Like we will put up with sustained low-level pain every day and just not even talk about it. But when we're actually in pain, we're bitches.
Dude, I cut half my thumb off with a goddamn table saw, and I didn't go to the doctor. I had her.
Same here. I've done plenty of shit where I've just dealt with it myself and everything. But we will bitch about it. At the time,
Novocaine
while it
takes-
hurts, we will be wusses.
Yeah, no. Rachel said Novocaine not working on you at the dentist sucks the word. It does suck. And they
Yeah.
have new stuff that's like
Yep.
Carbocaine and it works way better.
Yep.
They have
Or
new
it starts working after they're done.
Yeah, that was usually my thing. And my
Mhm.
dentist, when I was a kid, used to squirt the shit on my tongue. Like he wouldn't get the
Oh,
needle all
God.
the way in. And so then
That's not
tastes
okay.
like
Yeah.
it tastes like shit, and then it doesn't work as good, and then he would come back in and do another shot, and then he would do the procedure before the shit even got numb.
Uh-huh.
Go home, and my tongue would like blow up, and my whole side of my
Oh my
face
God.
was numb for like 8 hours. I got 3 doses.
Yep.
I hate it when it like numbs your neck. You're like, can you?
Yeah. Yeah, and he had horrible breath. It was amazing. My
Oh,
dentist
that's
had
not
horrible
okay.
breath. And yeah, he ended up getting, I think, arrested for large
Oh, yeah.
possession of cocaine.
Oh my God, my eyeball. I hate wearing makeup, you guys.
Man, nothing like a good crackhead dentist.
Yeah,
well,
no,
I was trying to explain the breath.
I have a ton of like dental work that I need to get done, and I don't want to do it.
Me
Yeah,
too. But
I hate that shit.
I know it's going to be so much money.
I just want to go to Mexico.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Why not?
'cause it's like Rachel said, everyone in my family has no sensitivity to painkillers. So yeah, that's a redheaded gene thing, and also
Mhm.
also a European Jew thing. So I have both.
Yeah. Yep. Higher pain tolerance but yeah, higher pain tolerance in general, but lower effect from any kind of
exactly.
anesthetic.
Oh, sorry, you're out of
Well, they
luck.
say anesthetic, but I'm like, yeah, over-the-counter painkillers are.
All
I
the
know they're
same.
not technically anesthetics, but it's same thing. Yeah.
So for Self-Reliance Festival, I have this cool little extra microphone for my phone.
Oh,
I actually
cool.
brought it. It gives really good audio. So I'm thinking I'm going to try
Is it
and
one of the Bluetooth ones?
it plugs right into the bottom of the iPhone.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a direct connect. So I'm going to try and record some stuff.
Nice.
And hopefully, maybe in the car as like an homage to Jack, I might record my first podcast that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, well, I got to jet to this dinner.
You should rent a Jetta.
I should rent a Jetta. I don't know what they're going to give me. But if they have a Jetta, I'll be like, can I
rent the
Can I
Jetta?
rent? I don't know what they're going to give me.
do it right there. Yeah, in my Jetta, the first episode.
You can't see. I have the background blurred, but right over there by that door with the mirror are 3 boxes of T-shirts.
Nice. Very nice.
How was that?
I know Scramble was going to join us at some point here, maybe with Derek, but I don't know.
Oh, fingers crossed. Well, have fun. I will see you guys Friday.
Oh,
All right.
See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, shit. He was supposed to come and talk about my butt plugs or something like that. So who knows?
You have butt plugs?
Well, we were talking on his show earlier, and apparently so. Yeah. Let's see here. No, he was talking about his because he was driving, and he's showing off his little fancy, car that steers itself, but you have to touch the wheel every so often, and it's like a haptic feedback thing. And so he was like, I have to try to touch the wheel. He goes, I've got a flashlight hanging on one side of the wheel, and trying to get it to swing just enough, but it's not enough to fool the machine yet. It still makes me touch the steering wheel.
What?
Yeah, because it auto corrects and pulls in the lane as long as you touch the wheel every once in a while or some shit.
So he's hanging
so
he's
trying to hang a flashlight from it. And then we were arguing about whether or not it was just the motion like that, or I said it may be like a touchscreen where it reads like the resistance to that static field there. I said that's why you can't just point with a ballpoint pen on your phone, but you can get a stylus that does, because it's the same resistance as skin. It might be something like that. He goes, no, I think it's just the basic motion. My flashlight just doesn't move enough. And I said, well, hang a vibrator from it and see how that works. and then he said he'd need to borrow one of my industrial sized butt plugs. And I said, no, I need them all, brother. Sorry.
Your butt plugs
That
don't
was,
vibrate,
he said he
though.
wanted to talk about my dildo habit apparently tonight. So I guess.
Jesus.
I know. So, well, there's no way I can keep, I can be this full of shit all the time if I don't, keep it locked up. So not bad.
So was he supposed to be around tonight?
He was going to try. He said that he was going to try to get it started. And then if he didn't show up, just have me start it. He'll join as a participant because it's on his channel.
Oh, yeah.
So I waited till about 5 till, and I was like, oh, fuck it. But I think he picked up Derrik sometime around like 2 or 4 or something, I think. So,
and where was he picking him up?
I want to say Kansas City, I think he was flying into.
What?
I'm not sure which Kansas City.
That's so weird.
I know, right?
I watched that whole thing develop in his chat, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, what is happening here?
Oh, man.
Oh, and I'm like, am I really sitting here talking to this guy on the phone as he's like wondering about cops that are about to pull him over? Should I really be giving him tips on how to not hold the steering wheel?
Right. Right. I don't know. It'd be tough.
He's like, hey, look, we're going around the curve. We're going around the curve. And I'm like, oh my God.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, look, no hands, you know? He's like, it doesn't auto lane assist. I'm going around the curve right now, but it can sense if you haven't touched it in a while, and it flashes a red error, a red alarm on the screen. And, you know, there's the alarm, folks. And he's like touching the wheel again. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
Oh, man.
So he's like trying to trick it so he doesn't have to like touch the wheel all the time, or it'll shut the auto drive off or something. I don't know what it does. Does it pull you over? What the fuck does it do?
It sends a message to have him pull you over.
Right, baby.
I'm staying at a place right now that is pretty much what I want to build, except I mean, there's a building here which wouldn't be bad, but I would probably start it without the building.
Mm-hmm.
And
unless the building kind of comes just as a bonus, you know. If there's like a big carport or a pole barn, that's cool, you know.
Well, so this place that we're staying tonight it's like a big probably like pole barn. It's got a big overhead door, like a tall overhead door, and then a normal garage door. They have like games and stuff in there, like
nice.
They got a pool table and a air hockey table, ping pong
that's pretty
table.
Cool. So you got a little clubhouse there almost.
Yep, and then they have storage on the other side. It's like off limits, the other half of it, and then they got a basketball hoop out front on a concrete pad, and then they have finished crushed rock driveway with 2 RV pads, and then 2 undercover camping sites. Like you could put a tent under like a carport.
Nice.
And then have a couple other camping sites with picnic tables and fire pits, but for like tents. But I think on the other side, you could like pitch a tent pretty much anywhere. It's like just this open lawn with a bunch of walnut trees. And they're all spaced out maybe 10-foot rows.
Right.
So you could put a tent over there anywhere, and then they have like a walking path. So I'm guessing they have like 2 acres here, 3 acres maybe.
It's not bad. That's not bad. It's like I've thought about that
here, and this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with the properties I buy.
Right. See, I've thought about that at some point. I'm like, I don't know. It'd be ways down the road till I ever could. But if I found a couple of good little acres, they're just something easy to work with. Yeah, set up a couple of campsites, have enough room for campers to actually turn in and, you know, pull around and, you know, like you said, put down crushed rock or blacktop or something like that. And then, like, hell, if you want to, get a couple of shipping containers, slap them out there and retrofit them all like miniature tiny house style one at a time, and slap them on the Airbnb.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and you can like start with just a place to park an RV, turn around an RV, and
build it up from there and add on to it if you need to over time.
You could do dispersed tent camping. Like you can come. That's what Brian does at his place. You can camp anywhere you want. So if you clear like 2 or 3 spots for somebody that just wants to come in and set their shit up and be done with it, and then say, go to town. I have it marked on the outer edge. Camp anywhere inside the yellow tape.
Well, and then you've got like people like me. A lot of times when I was on the road, especially in my work van, I would seek out places like that or state parks or whatnot where I could just have a relatively quiet, safe place to park, maybe have a water power hookup, maybe not, and be able to just sleep somewhere and not be bothered. You know, you don't want to get an RV, you know, park reservation, some shit if you don't have to. You know, if you can just pay $15-20 one night to have a little camping spot, that's better than a hotel.
Yeah. We they have chalk on their concrete, and somebody was here and they wrote thank you, and they had like hashtag van life and shit. And so Corey did a big hashtag the Lots Project.
Nice. There you go.
And then they have a little guest book in the clubhouse. They have they have a stereo in there. There's a fridge, and they got it's pretty sweet little setup. We stayed here.
Nice little value add on the spot. Yeah.
Last time we were on our way down, we stayed here on the second night.
Yeah.
And we were like, we might as well just stay there again because that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, you find a good spot like that and you liked it. Great. Come back and do it again.
Well, and we're kind of marking out everywhere we go. This will definitely be, if we're in this general area,
one of the ones you hit first.
Oh, yeah. If I'm within an hour of this place and I got to have some place to stay, I would book this place in a second.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. When you find good spots like that and you know the people there are chill and everything, there's not worth finding.
We haven't seen one other person.
Yeah.
We're out like by a cornfield.
Yep.
And every once in a while somebody rolls down the road, and then you see maybe one person drive when you drive out into the country where we are. We're like in a township out in a cornfield. Yeah, there's cornfields all around and a river on the other side. So
that sounds like most of Illinois. That's pretty much what I grew up in.
Yeah. And last night we stayed at a trailer park. It was like legit. There was mobile homes that were like old school trailer. There were a couple campers. It was more trailers than campers, but they were like permanent campers, the ones that were campers.
Yep, the permanent residents there.
And then
there's a lot of those RV parks around here like that.
Yeah, well, this wasn't an RV park. This was a trailer court.
This was a trailer park that had
some RVs on it.
Yeah.
And then they had some empty spots, and then they were renting those out for RV hip camps.
Yeah, I mean,
the lady was nice. We backed in. We were right next to the owner, I think, and she got home as we were backing in, and she said hi. Any questions? Come on over. And it was nice for a one night thing. Like we needed to spend the night. We couldn't park hooked up, which kind of sucks.
Right.
Like this one we're at today, I'm still hooked up. We didn't even put stabilizers down. We're gonna sit, we're gonna sleep, and then in the morning
you're gonna get rolling in the morning, so there's no point in really. Yeah. Did you guys put the fold outs out, or you just leave?
Yeah, we have to with the dogs because we can't walk down the center aisle without putting them out.
Gotcha. Yep. But they're not too hard to open or shut. It's not like a huge thing.
No. And we got here, I don't know, like 2:30, I think, or 3:00. And so we opened it up. We had dinner. I'm doing the show from the kitchen table. And so we have to break all that down to travel because we pulled everything out that was already installed. So I just have like a IKEA kitchen table in here.
Right.
So I just fold it down, put it on the floor. We take our office chairs and flip them on top of the table and pull it in. So it, 10 minutes.
Nice.
And it's nice. It keeps everything clean because put it away. You can only put so much.
You can't end up stacking everything up on the table and leaving it there because you've got to put it away every day.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of got their system, how setting up all your podcasting shit and everything too. And where's everything,
Yeah.
All my shit goes into one like little computer backpack. Just everything stays there other than the ring light thing if I occasionally need it. So I have to run around and try to find this shit. Good God. Of course, I'm running off an inverter and everything else like that. So
right. Yeah, it's gonna be a change. Well, I don't know. It's weird because we've lived in the trailer for probably a year or more now.
Right. So you're used to the space, you're used to all that, but it's a change in routine, and it's going to be varying routine, possibly.
Yeah. Well, not really. I mean, Corey still has to work, so we're gonna have to be parked somewhere with decent internet, and then we have the one vehicle. I'm not gonna go off unless I'm doing side work or making cash or something. But yeah, it's gonna be a normal Monday through Friday, and then in different spots. So For now, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's one of them things where it's like it doesn't matter as much because as long as you can actually fulfill your obligations, if she can work, you guys have flexibility. So you can
right. And I want to, we definitely want to get a property and start working on it, and then get another one and start working on it. So we're hoping that can turn into a job for me while she's working. I'm working on the property we're parked on. When we finish that one, we move on to the next one. And that's kind of the idea so far. I don't know. It'll change. It'll change tomorrow.
You just kind of have to evolve with it as things come up, and what you end up doing may be totally different, but you got to keep going down those avenues and see what comes up.
Right.
It's a good idea if you can find the right spots for it,
Right, for sure.
The hard part is just finding the right little spots that are preferably unrestricted areas too. That's tricky.
Right. Yeah, and you got to have a location that people are going to be at too. Like
that people are going to be at, that
it's going to be
desirable for people to go there, that it's close enough to stuff that they want to be doing. You don't want to just have it randomly in the middle of nowhere in a not very well traveled area, 15 miles off the highway.
Yeah, that's kind of where we want to be, and I'll tell you, they're few and far between there. So maybe there is a little niche market there, but if that, like, I suggest people that already have properties in those areas just opening up their property as not, I'm going to make money off this, but hey, I might get an extra, a couple hundred.
Hey, this might pay for my land taxes.
Couple $100 a year.
Yeah.
And then if it gets popular and you get reviews and you actually promote it. Like we had a little
side gig going,
right. We had one that I thought would have been popular, but we were a little too far south for like up north Minnesota traffic. But then I realized right before we left that we were only a quarter mile, maybe half a mile from one of the biggest 4-wheeler trails in Minnesota.
That helps.
And the guy was like, yeah, we would have stayed here all the time because you could take your side by side and take a county road and a dirt road and get on the trail. You didn't have to go on the highway. You didn't have to trailer. You didn't have to cross the highway at any time.
Right.
And I didn't mind. They had the whole field in the back to themselves, and they had a private road to go to the county road. And they're like, yeah, we would have told all our buddies. So that was, I think it was a 10-acre field back there. So that would have been, you could have put a lot of RVs. They could have had big alley and sign a waiver. Like, you only go straight off my property with your 4x4 because it's not under the insurance, and bada bing.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a popular little spot because people, when you're riding around with all that stuff, it's hard to find a good place to set up and, work from it. You're not bugging everybody.
Well, the thing that I wanted to do also there, besides the hip camp back, I wanted to do storage, like seasonal storage.
Yeah.
Or even the people that live in the cities that don't want to trailer we were 90 miles north of the cities and right on the south edge of all the lakes and the up north Minnesota.
It'd be a good spot to park your boat
and pick it up when you drove by.
Pick it up when you're on it. Yeah, exactly. Close to
4-wheeler or your side by side.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that'd be pretty beneficial for people. There's a lot of them around here because we're around a couple big recreational lakes. There's a lot of those little spots and a lot of little RV parks, and they seem to do pretty good business. They're always pretty damn busy, especially in the summer. I see lots of boats and trailers and stuff stored in even those places, the little pop-up storage facility places, they've always got big vehicles and stuff stored.
Oh yeah, they make the parking lot bigger than the things, and then they'll do rig storage and guys got too many fucking trucks at home. This old lady made him fucking store one.
Yep. Hell, there's a lot of semi drivers around here that pay for spots to park because you just can't find a good place unless you go to a truck stop. And hell, around here, a lot of them end up paying cash to some of these gas stations when they come home if they're over the road, just somewhere to park their truck where they don't have to drop the trailer. They'll pay the guy like $20 a day just to let him stay in the fucking lot so he can go home.
Yep. So he didn't have to unhook or go drop it at the depot or something.
So if you got a good spot, somebody can pull through with a 53-foot trailer or something. Shit, rent it out. You know.
Bitcoin. Just scan this address.
Exactly. Easy enough. There you go. You just gotta, clean up a few lot lizards now and then, and it's pretty good residual income.
I mean,
hey, as long as you get a cut from them lot lizards.
When they book the spot, if maybe a Satoshi or something happened to go to a lady that might want to make some extra Satoshis, I don't know what she's doing with that information. It's just a signal to her that there's somebody staying there.
Dun, dun, dun. It was just an itty bitty tip.
Dude, my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law and I went duck hunting a lot and or goose hunting. I don't know if it was goose or duck. It was one of the two, but we were out driving to we were out in the middle of nowhere going to this slough, and it was probably 3:30 in the morning.
Oh jeez.
And so we're going down this dirt road, and then you turn off on another dirt road, and you go on the road that, like, I don't even know if you can call it dirt because it's like never maintained or anything.
Right.
And we're driving down this one, and we're turning off into the boat launch, and it's this long, probably like 4 or 5 mile long, rutted out, muddy road down to this boat launch that I've never seen anybody at. Like, we've hunted there. This is someplace like, you got to know it's there to get there. And I don't know how he found it, but whatever. I've never seen anybody there. And so we're driving down this road, and there's this fucking chick walking down the road at 3:30 in the fucking morning. She's got a skirt on and like a fucking tank top. And she's got her shoes in her hands walking down this muddy dirt road. And I looked at, I was just like, I was like, what the fuck? And so we're like, what is going on? Where did she come? Where the fuck did she? There's no houses. Like,
don't pull over. It's one of those haunting things. It's probably dead.
This is like out in a marsh. There's no houses or anything.
Yeah.
And so we're like, where the fuck did she come from? Because at the end of the road was the fucking boat launch and a lake. Like, there's no...
That's a little creepy.
So we're driving down there thinking we're going to see her car, like she was out there and whatever. Yeah. And then we got thinking that maybe some dude like took her out there and
just dumped her,
and she was walking back. And we're like, what the fuck? We're going to go out here and park our truck and get in the boat and go out in the lake and leave our shit in this parking lot. She just saw
Lady's gonna fuck with it, or some serial killer is gonna show up looking for her. What's going on?
Yeah, dude. We're like, what the fuck? We're out sitting in the boat in the dark. We're like, I wonder if she's in the parking lot looking at the truck.
You're waiting to hear his truck fire up in the distance.
What the fuck? Where do you come from?
Who knows?
No.
And it's you're questioning yourself at like 3:30 in the morning, driving on a back road, and you see some shit like that. You're like, was that real?
Yeah.
Did I really just see that? You saw that too, right? Yeah.
I used to work and get off like bartending. I'd get off at fucking 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'd be driving home, and I was never really sober when I was. I mean, we drank all the time when we were bartending. But yeah, I saw some weird ass shit at that time of night.
Yeah, all the weird people come out. Mm-hmm. You really want to see some weird shit. Like, they're not all back to 24-hour now, but I mean, shit. I used to go to Walmart at like 3 or 4 in the morning because there wasn't very many people there. But holy crap, the people that are there at 3 or 4 in the morning at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to see some weird shit. Stop in Walmart in the middle of the night.
Oh, dude. After hours calls to truck stops.
Oh, I bet.
Like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I went to a Pilot one night. Actually, one of the store manager's boss called me on his fucking personal cell phone. It was after hours. I called him back, and later I found out it was his personal number, but their truck shit was super slow.
Nah.
They were having problems with some additive in that the pipeline was putting in the diesel, and it was clogging their filters. It wasn't affecting any performance or anything, but it was doing something to the brands of filters they were using. Anyway, it would get super slow, and it was a Friday after evening, and he's like, I can't wait till Monday. And so he calls after hours on his personal phone. And he's like, dude, will you go out and change all the filters there? And this is like a fucking 7-hour, 8-hour job.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Whatever, in a little while. I got shit to do, and then I'll go do that. And I was like, call my boss. I was like, I'll go do that, but I'm not doing any more after hours calls the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, fuck that. Exactly.
And so I went. I got there at like fucking 10 o'clock at night. So I worked from 10 o'clock at night till 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh,
and the people you see, let alone the employees at a pilot.
Oh, yeah. The employees at a pilot are enough. And
but
then
the drivers
yeah.
The drivers that roll through there, and I think they drive at night, so no one sees them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, what a fucking clown show.
Oh, I know. There are some fucking weirdos. There are some creepers. There are some people that you swear that's a legitimate vampire. You know?
Yeah.
Or I don't know what the fuck they're on, but I don't want it. Whatever it is, y'all can keep that Florida shit over the fuck there.
Yeah. That Florida bath salts.
Yeah. No, I swear it. Florida man lives at a fucking gas station. I promise you.
Oh, yeah. I want to meet that guy sometime.
Right? There's still all these news stories about this guy.
They talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
He's all over the country. But he's always in Florida.
Seems like it. He's just always in Florida.
Is there a hurricane in Florida right now?
I think so. I think it might have already hit and gone through. I've been seeing the news chatter about it, but I hadn't paid super close attention. So
this is how much I pay attention to the news.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, oh, Florida's getting a storm, you know.
I figure I should probably start paying attention to that this farther south I get.
Probably. We'll get like maybe one hurricane-ish thing that comes up and hits Houston every year or two. Most of the time it's just hit or miss. And it very rarely gets this far up inland. I mean, I'll get some storms, but most of the time not too bad. One year we got some pretty heavy rain. There was some flash flooding, but none of it anywhere but a few roads that you just had to wait a few hours.
Yeah, that happens everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't anything major. Everybody here thought the world was ending, but I was like, dude, I grew up near the Mississippi where it flooded every fucking year, and half the town you can't navigate. So they just put up cones and you deal with it.
I got 50, 60 inches of snow, and it's melting all at the same time because it goes from fucking 20 degrees to 70 degrees in Minnesota.
And now everything's fucking flooded.
And the frost is still 3 feet deep.
And then when it really starts like thawing like that real quick on a real cold year, and you're like on the Mississippi up there, and most of that shit is like frozen solid. Well, it doesn't really melt that quick. So you just get like an ice dam.
Yep.
And now everything up, it's like a beaver dam. Everything upstream of it, you're getting fucked. You have water levels. I want to say it was either 12 or 16 feet above the normal water level was like the highest flood in the last 25 years on the Mississippi in the area I was in for a while. So we always like laughed at the people who built right on the river and they'd have to rebuild their house every fucking year.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you just move? Well, don't move where you know it floods every year.
Yeah, or put your shit on stilts, man.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys who do that too. But then the thing is, unless you're going to boat in and out of your house, you know, you're going to have to park way the hell up the road. I had some friends that were doing that at one point, and we took kayaks out there to go get some of their crap out of their house for them because they were staying with relatives. And then his dumbass, who claimed to be a Navy veteran, sunk my fucking kayak.
What?
Yeah.
How do you sink a kayak?
You get enough water in it. It wasn't like a sit-on-top kayak, so you get enough water in it. You can swamp it. I mean, thankfully, it was pretty shallow. We were like paddling over like probably 6 feet deep flood water. So, but there's a fucking current there too. So I'm like, don't get your ass sunk. I'm like trying to like haul his ass over to the fucking shore somewhere. we had to pull it up on like one of his neighbor's porches and drain the water out of the kayak. Cause I mean, his dumbass, I guess, didn't put the fucking drain plug in or some shit. And I'm like, I thought you said you were in the Navy. He goes, we don't use kayaks. I was on a fucking ship.
Oh yeah, the Navy bullshit. Corey,
they always I've been thinking of everything and I could do everything, you know. And he's always got a story about all the things he's done in his life. And I'm like, I can't believe you've been in the Navy.
Yeah,
no, I'm like one of those guys you add up all the shit he talks about, and he'd be like 95 today, and he's sitting there at 27 years old telling you this shit. Yeah, yeah, one of those guys. So you take the Navy thing for a grain of salt.
Well, Corey's dad was actually in the Navy, and he multiple times forgot to put the plug in the duck boat. Oh yeah, and he forgot to tie the rope to the anchor and threw that overboard.
Oh yeah,
like. In the Navy. I don't know. He was in Germany, I think, in the Navy. I didn't understand how that worked. Pretty sure that Germany's landlocked.
I think the Germans had like submarines in World War II, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. What they got? River?
I guess. I never really thought about it that much, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go look. My geography is showing.
Yeah, I haven't studied European geography in quite some time.
A long time. So yeah, I can't remember if part of Germany has access to an ocean or like I don't think they did, but maybe they did through another country. I don't know.
We're showing our ignorance here.
I know. We smart. Homeschool your kids, guys.
Homeschool your kids.
Oh shit.
Oh wait. Hold on. I'm looking.
Oh
yeah. Oh, I guess the upper part is on the North Sea and the
okay,
Sea.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Never mind. Germany have ocean.
I thought that there was something that came across the top there. Denmark is above Germany, but they cut. Yeah, now I remember.
They still got access. They've got a port.
Oh, 2 or 7.
Yeah, 2 or 7.
No, they're gonna have a tough time getting out of there. Oh, no, they're good.
Yeah, okay.
It's a solid.
Okay, so we've justified Germany's allowed. They're allowed a navy. They can have one. I'll permit it.
Get their ships turned around.
Oh, Corey said, I'm like scrolling at my map, and she's like, "Oh, it's like 4 inches on your map, so those ships are gonna get through there, no problem, right?"
What? It's not about the size of the ship; it's the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, we could get her through there.
It'll fit.
I think there must be a CO2 leak or something in my camper.
Oh, okay. That's why he's got the camera off. Okay. CO2 leak.
I'm in Illinois.
Right.
Oh man. So yeah, why aren't you coming up this weekend?
For one, I couldn't afford the trip, and with all the fucking animal shit and everything, and coming up on, it's also the first weekend of bow season here, so there's a good likelihood I could get deer. So it's one of those. If it was a little earlier, I might have been able to pull it off. And I'm still thinking if I can get my shit together, and I might do spring. And
I think
next fall I'm doing it regardless. Anyway, what's that?
I think they have a February and a June.
Yeah, between what SRF and the Living Free in Tennessee one.
No, I think John does 3 a year.
Oh, he's doing 3, really? Okay.
I think so. I think it's October.
I'll have to look when it gets closer to February. We'll see how everything is, but maybe.
Oh,
and
fuck.
Then,
maybe there'll be somebody down there.
It would be a lot easier.
Maybe there'll be somebody down there, and you'll get slow enough that they can just cover for you, and you can go.
Right. Well, yeah, that too. That's kind of what I was thinking. Well, I know Nicole was asking me about next year, wanted me to potentially, come in and like do a demo, like maybe with Billy or in conjunction with what he's doing.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, we were kind of talking about that, and she's like, I didn't know if you could come do it. And I'm like, this was like a month ago or so. Well, I was on the live with her and John Willis.
Oh,
and
right.
I said, we were talking right before we went live. And I said, yeah, I I'd be open to it, but I'm like, there's no way I can like swing that this year. She's like, no, I'm talking for next year. She's like, I wouldn't try to swing that on you with a month notice. I'm like, yeah. So hopefully next year I can try to at least plan for it. You know, knowing far enough ahead, I can work shit around, I'm sure, and make it work. I got to miss one weekend of it or whatever. Well, I'll hang a sign, but people can deal. But that's what I said. I'm like, yeah, I'll plan a year out on some shit like that. But I wish I could have made it out there. It'd be cool as fuck if I could, but it's not in the cards.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. So I think I talked about it on Fireside. Was last time I was going, and I was all about seeing all the presentations I could.
All of the things, yep.
But no, I actually wanted to see them. I wanted to see Jack speak. I wanted to see Nicole speak. I wanted to see Billy speak, and Bear Independent. You know, it was more that I wanted to experience the session side of it. Now this time I was going into it with the intention of meeting more people, and I've experienced the session side of it. I mean, there's some that I want to catch for sure.
Right. Yeah, I think
if I'm in a conversation, I don't mind missing one for sure.
I think that's what I would do if I was going to there, or next time I go to any kind of a festival thing. It's like I want to catch more of the presentations because I end up missing a lot of that, but I don't want to miss out on that just rubbing elbows community bullshitting side either. You know,
right. And so that was my intention. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so Tim's coming, Brian's coming, Patty's coming, Hawkins from Fireside Freedom, Ken and Carrie I met last time.
Brian's got Derek with him.
Yeah, I met Derek last time when we went to Squatch. He was there. That's when he got the fire marshal title.
Right.
So yeah, I've met Derek, and so there's this big contingent of people that I know that I haven't. Well, see, I've met Brian, Derek, Patty. Like I haven't met Tim or Hawkins in person. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
that'll be cool. And then you got everybody else catching up.
And there's another ton of
Nicole and Jack and everybody there too. You know, so you've got there's a hell of a fucking crew attending.
Oh, and I have to drop off a bunch of silver there too. So.
Oh yeah, you got to make some deliveries.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be badass.
It's all sold out. We're working on round 2.
That's crazy. Now. It's like already boom like that.
I didn't even get to put it on.
Yeah, you were talking about it when you were initially kind of planning it out and teasing it, and you're like, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I mean, whatever I have left from SRF, I'm sure I'll do some stuff with. You're like, bitch, you ain't got shit to take to SRF.
yeah, we're taking pre-orders on round 2. But I didn't even get a chance to put it on my website, so I have to retro back round 1. I'm gonna post them all on the shop and sold out. And then round 2 will be next to it, round 3, whatever, however many I end up doing. But I didn't even get a chance to get it on the website. It was already sold out. And I'm,
so depending on how your pre-sale goes,
halfway done with round 2. So.
Depending on how your pre-selling other ones goes, you might end up getting a bigger batch for round 2.
Well, I'm going to do the same size batch for round 2, and then depending on how it goes and how fast it goes, and what kind of
you might get you're talking to people at SRF enough, and that people actually get to see them, and you never know, you may have a shitload of orders right away before round 2 happens.
Right. Well, round 2 is already locked in. It might be round 3 and 4. 3 and 4 might be where I do that. 2 is already locked in with Ryan. I've already got that worked out. So
good.
So as soon as we get, it'll probably even be before that. But if I can get 20 pre-orders, it'll be done.
Hell yeah.
That's what I got. That's what I'm getting. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely a possibility by the end of SRF. The way, and then I'll actually have some there. So you can put your hands on them and see them, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be pretty damn cool.
I don't know. I never knew I was going to go on. I'm very, very high on silver right now, though, because we talked about it with the upcoming shortage of it. supply and demand says it has to spike at least at a minimum.
Right. Price is going up, so it is what it is, but
it's not financial advice by any means.
No, exactly.
I may or may not have looked at a silver mine stock on Robinhood.
That's probably not a bad thing to look into if somebody was into that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you have assets in the ground and the value of the assets go up, then I imagine the value of the company has to go up.
Seems like a pretty solid play. I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with precious metals, no matter what. You know, they're pretty fucking
right. So definitely not financial advice, but
definitely not. No,
don't look at silver.
Yeah. I hope some of the silver stuff maybe got exchanged for some Satoshis and things in cryptocurrencies.
Would that ever happen?
Isn't it weird? Never
That's
happened.
pretty much the only payment type I wanted.
I know. Damn.
That's kind of the only payment type I took.
Right?
So.
Yeah. But that all that shit just like went right into the ocean, I'm sure.
I lost the keys.
I hate when that happens.
I don't know what happened. They kept sending it, and I couldn't find where it was sent to.
It's just off.
I gave them the wrong address, I think.
Into the ether.
Rachel got her virtual pass. Yeah, why didn't you drive your ass to Tennessee for the weekend?
Virtual pass. Yeah, she should have a regular pass, a real pass.
Right. I mean, Brian is driving from Seattle. I just saw another guy in the attendees chat that is rolling in from Reno.
Damn.
Patty's in from Seattle via Memphis.
Yep.
Tim's in from Alberta.
Yeah, I think he wins.
I think Brian said his round trip is actually longer or something.
Really? I guess I never really paid much.
I don't know how he's going home, though.
You know, north of the border, it doesn't really matter.
He might be doing some shit somewhere else. He might be going somewhere else after.
Tim had prepper camp last week.
Brian.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he was thinking about maybe stopping at a couple places and hanging out with some people afterwards too. So
or going to Florida or something.
Right.
I don't know. Probably in the middle of a hurricane. That'd be exactly where.
That seems exactly like a scrambling thing to do. Just drive right to Florida in the middle of a hurricane on purpose. Just to experience the zen of the storm.
Right, for sure. For sure. Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I can do that. Sorry, I got a message. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
I was like, I don't know what he's doing over there.
I don't have a camera on, so you can't see me looking down at my phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Like,
what's a lot harder with only two of us to fuck off while we're doing this.
Right? Exactly. You know, you all get somebody else talking, you can go fuck around and do some shit.
That's right.
The fucking slackers, come on.
Fucking Corey, I look over her. I was like, and she's like, wait, what? I'm busy. On her phone. I'm like,
fine.
Oh, she's got earbuds in. She's making her videos for the day.
There we go.
She had her hood up over her earbuds.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she had earbuds in. She's looking at me.
Hiding over there with her hood up, and like it's cold in Illinois compared to where you were in Minnesota.
Oh, I can't believe she made it through Minnesota winters because she is the coldest person I've ever met in my life. She literally, so she got to Illinois and it was 70 degrees and she had like sweatpants with leggings on under them and a hoodie. Well, I do have to admit, we have to ride in our truck is like fucking refrigerator because when the temperature gets over, like 65 fucking degrees, the dogs start panting. And 3 St. Bernards panting behind your head in a pickup truck.
Yep.
You suffer through the icebox experience. Like literally, I put my jacket on one day. And
but
I'm sitting there.
It helps keep you awake when you're on the road.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Like we'd be driving somewhere. We were driving out to Bryan's, and it was warm. We were in Montana,
Right,
or Idaho or someplace, and it was warm. It was like 80, 90 degrees, and we're in the fucking truck with jackets on, and we had covers over the window so you couldn't see the dogs in the back. Like we had hoods up, jackets on, and it's like 90 degrees out. People are driving past us. We got a camper with us. And we looked like we were fucking so methed out or something.
Looks like you're about to go fucking rob someplace.
Oh yeah. It's because the dogs. And then as soon as you turn the air on, they pass out.
And
I'm like, well, I guess because I can't deal with the fucking panting in my ears.
Oh yeah.
And then their jowls will drip. So then they'll stand with their head over your shoulder, and it like drips like rain on your shoulder and on your arm.
Drool all over you. Yeah, or they flip their head and just it goes everywhere on the inside of the window. Yeah,
we're doing some videos here. Corey took a good picture tonight after they drank. Walt and I got up to go outside. Walter came over to my chair, which has a black seat on it, and dragged his jowls across it.
And it's just this big snail smear.
Yeah. So she got a picture of that. We were at that trailer court last night, so we couldn't. Usually we would take their slobber. So we fill bowls for them, and they drink about half of it, and they slobber back in, and then you have to throw it away.
Yeah.
So we would, when we were at home, we would just throw it out the door. And the chickens loved to drink it. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen. Like they would go for that over a like fresh bowl of water. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, we'd throw it out the door. And so then we're at this trailer park last night, and we're like, what the fuck do we do with the dog slobber? We can't just like throw it out the door. And so Corey puts it in an ice cream bucket. Do you know what an ice cream bucket is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do people all over the country know what a gallon ice cream bucket is? Do they keep them and store shit in them? And
usually you only get like the cheap ice cream in those, but you will find them at like Walmart and shit like that. Yeah. You can go buy a gallon bucket of ice cream. Okay, and I grew up, those were always kept and whatnot, but I've stopped eating as much ice cream, so I don't have any of those.
Right. But we got the buckets. I think you can buy them because they're so popular for storage. But anyway, we have them in the trailer because they're light and they're versatile.
They're easy and
so she took the slobber and poured it in the gallon bucket and had like this bucket of slobber on the counter, and she's like, don't use this for anything. It's a bucket of slobber.
Like, why is there a bucket of slobber?
I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? She's like, oh, it's the dog slobber. I can't throw it out the door out of the bowl, so I just dumped it in here, and then we'll dump it in the grass in the morning. And I'm like, okay, well, we should really do some TikToks about like with the video of this going. You're thinking about getting a Saint Bernard? Fucking think twice.
Literal buckets of slobber.
Buckets of slobber, and we have one that doesn't slobber. We got video. I think you saw the video of Norman when he was drinking and the water was coming out the other lip and running down the floor.
Yep, it's like a water pump that looks. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And he refuses to drink with both his jowls inside. He has to have one in and one out, so it just like runs through. It's like he's drinking out of the hose without drinking out of the hose.
3/4 of what he's consuming is going outside of his mouth.
Oh, dude, if we could stay out boondocking probably 8 times longer at least if we didn't have these dogs.
Oh, I'm sure. The amount of water you'd need.
Yeah.
Why don't you wear that Berkey filter out, man?
Yeah.
That thing stays full, right?
Oh God, yeah. We can't keep up half the time.
That's the only thing I don't like about them. Which I had something similar, like a bucket Berkey setup. I don't even know what happened to it, where it went. I don't know. I'll have to look around. They're not hard to build if you build them out of just a plastic, although the big Berkey ones, they look nice. I've always kind of eyeballed them, but never really.
Yeah, it was spendy. We never. Yeah, we just never did anything else.
Yeah.
We ran all our drinking water through it. The dogs started having stomach issues, and they're known for having kind of rough stomachs. And so we started giving them their drinking water from it. and their stomach issues cleared up. So
I'm just lazy, and when I actually do drink water, other than in my coffee, it's fluoride Kool-Aid from the tap. So
poison in your brain.
Oh, I tell you, you can tell. I don't know whether Germany has an ocean.
Yeah, right. That's because maybe we're in Illinois.
That might be why it is. Yeah. The Illinois has just sucked all of your IQ.
Yep. We got too close to Chicago.
Yep. Damn it.
No, dude, Minneapolis isn't much better right now.
No, I'm sure it's not.
Funny.
Man.
It's funny because when I moved here, I worked in downtown Minneapolis, and it was nice. Like, it really was really nice. And the two things happened. So in the 20 years, I lived in Minnesota for 20 years, and this is an honest evaluation of what happened. And people are probably going to call me a racist or whatever. What was that?
So I fired up the car to make sure I don't run my battery down with this inverter.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So people will probably call me a racist or a bigot or whatever, but
whatever.
So I watched two things happen. I got a job in downtown Minneapolis, of several actually, northeast Minneapolis, and then downtown Minneapolis. I bartended, and this was 20 years ago.
Right.
2001, 2002, 2003, probably almost into 2005. And it was nice. It was downtown, was busy, lots of shopping, commerce, and everything. Right. They started programs where they started funneling Somalian refugees into Minnesota. They also opened railways and bus lines direct from Chicago into Minneapolis, and then another one from Minneapolis to St. Cloud.
It's almost like all that human trafficking on like a state scale.
Yeah, almost like we had a better social service program, so it benefited people to get a $99 train ticket and go. Or maybe do both states, because people openly admitted that too.
Oh, why? Yeah, if they can get away with it, they will.
So then they were funneling the worst of Chicago on a train back and forth between Minneapolis and Chicago, and then they were flooding Minneapolis and St. Cloud with Somalian immigrants, which spread throughout all major metropolitan areas in the state, but mainly concentrated in those two areas. And the crime rate skyrocketed.
Amazing.
Like, I see where the crime was coming from because I was part of it. I was in the gas stations in those areas now that they're shitholes. Yeah. And I see what's going on there, and people don't want to admit it, but that's where the crime is. What the reason for that crime is, I don't know. That's a different issue altogether, and I'm not privy to the answer to that, whether it's poverty or whatever culture.
Well, I think you're asking for some type of trouble when you take a lot of people from a very different culture and put them in a strange place, and then expect them to just suddenly be super patriotic and follow all your rules.
Well,
they have issues where maybe,
and they give them everything,
right?
And they teach them how to game the system,
right? So
is horrific. And then when they get caught, they don't get punished for anything.
Right.
They got caught funneling millions of dollars back to Somalia through daycare fraud. So they would open these daycares, and all the employees were all the people, and all the kids were all their kids. And so they would just come in and sign in and leave, and come in and sign out and leave, but there were no kids and there were no employees. So they were getting state aid for pay for the employees and reimbursement for the cost of the children, because they were like public assistance.
And because they were running it as an on the surface legitimate business, I'm sure they were using it for some fun little tax loopholes.
Oh yeah, well, they don't pay taxes for X amount of years when they immigrate.
True. That makes gaming the system even easier.
Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is. But yeah, you're.
And I could never, I mean, I
Right.
know why they did, but you would be like, why would they bring people from one of the hottest places in the world to one of the coldest climates in the United States?
Seems odd. It really does seem kind of bizarre that Minnesota would be the place to.
Maybe it's because they just have the easiest system to scam, or
maybe, I don't know. Strange.
Yeah, it always confused me.
What's really going on there in Minnesota?
I don't know. Lots of taxation.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of one little area making the decisions for a whole big area. I came from 2 states that way: New York, and Minnesota. My whole life, I've lived in city-controlled country.
Illinois is the same freaking way. I mean, yeah, the state capital might be in Springfield, but you can't beat that Chicago vote.
Yeah, the state capital of New York is Albany. It's not New York City, but
right.
Who makes the decisions in New York?
Doesn't matter, when it comes down to the number of voters and the size of basically the amount of sway they have on the political system because they're governing a certain amount of citizens. Well, you have all of those people crammed in one little area. They're calling the shots for everybody. All those rural counties, it doesn't matter. They can all fucking gang up.
Oh, you should see the map of Minnesota. On election night, you should see the map of Minnesota. It's like all red with like 5 blue dots.
But everybody goes out and they vote their little hearts out, thinking they're going to change something.
Yeah. Well, I got my state rep in this time.
Oh yeah.
The same. It's the same Republican state rep that's been in for the last fucking 70 years, and it's going to be the same Democrat state rep that's been in for the last 70 years, and
I mean the same shit, different election.
Yeah. Corn vote. If you're on the state level, you got the fucking ethanol corn vote. You got you're gonna kind of putz along on pot laws, and I could tell you what they're gonna do. It's the same fucking shit every year. Then they're gonna wait till the end to do anything, and then have to have an extended session and bilk for some more money and per diems, and then they'll hold out and won't sign anything, and
same show, different puppets every time. Yep.
Yeah, I think there's elections coming up, aren't there?
I don't know. I don't fucking care.
I got something on Facebook. Their logarithm sucks, by the way, because they are pushing me hard to vote.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm like, wow. I thought that their shit was pretty fucking locked down. That they kind of scanned your brain almost with what they pushed on you, and the fact that they're telling me I should register to vote. They missed the mark on that one.
Like y'all, yeah.
I've been there, done that. Not no more.
Someone fucked up on their research. Like, goddamn, is my personal agent even trying?
I mean, geez. I guess I didn't use Facebook for so long that.
Yeah, and if you were posting political stuff a couple years back, it's probably popping up in memories. And
I got back
People
on there.
People can change Facebook, damn it. People can change.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I got a new subscriber on my channel. Woo! Hey, if anybody's listening, you should go subscribe to my Facebook my
Facebook channel.
My YouTube channel, because when we get 1,000 listeners, we're going to give away some shit. We're going to give away some silver. We're going to give away lucky number 7 set of 1 ounce and ½ ounce silver hand cast and designed, and certificate of authenticity. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. We're going to give away coffee. We're going to give away some other stuff.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
So we only need a couple hundred more.
Nice.
That's it. That should
go subscribe to Lightning for Liberty too. We were just on that before this. We have like 12 people on YouTube subscribing now. So yeah, go check that out.
I was looking at that. We actually had some oh shit, sorry. Fucking goddamn TikTok. I don't even touch the thing and it opens up somehow. All day.
And sometimes TikTok opens the stuff that you wouldn't necessarily choose to have on your For You page.
Well, right.
You're like, what?
Oh, dude, I gotta do a TikTok because Corey and I came up with one that we're gonna do because I always tell her that I have yoga yoga's popping up on my shit all the time, and it's like girls' crotches basically in
Yeah.
yoga pants. And she's like, that's not the kind of yoga that shows up on my screen. And so I was like, okay, well, the next couple times yoga shows up on your screen, just share it with me, and then I'll make a TikTok with like what I see for yoga on TikTok, what my wife sees.
That would be a good one, comparing the two.
It's like what the Chinese see on TikTok compared to what the people in the US see.
Right. Compare the two, but yeah, that could be really interesting. Because I can guarantee you, I don't go to TikTok and search yoga, but I can tell you, I know exactly what would pop up for me if I did.
Oh, I don't even search it; they just pop up in my feed.
It's come up.
These girls doing yoga moves, quote unquote. You can't see my air quotes because my camera's off, but it's basically like, here's my vagina. You want to look at it for a little while I do.
Here's my vagina. Go check out my OnlyFans. That's like half of TikTok.
Pretty much. Yeah. And Corey gets people actually doing yoga, like long armpit hair.
It's only going to push those things to somebody that it knows is like a straight man.
She's like flipping the braided armpit hair up over her shoulders.
What?
Doing downward dog.
Braided armpit hair. That's great.
Braided. Everything's braided. Josh's beard is braided.
Yeah. I don't braid my armpit hair.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to sun my butthole.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I can't believe that comes out on fucking Fireside Freedom. I mean, I can.
Yeah, that was
special.
That was interesting.
Like how we're like, oh, that's just a good place to end it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's usually a good place to end it. It's where most things end up when you end it.
It had been a long day for me. I was kind of out of it. Right. I got thrown in last minute. I wasn't supposed to host, and then
suddenly you were hosting.
Well, not hosting, but running it, and it gets. I got to be in the right frame of mind to do it, and I didn't even know if I was going to be on it. And then that yesterday morning was just a disaster.
Oh yeah, you had a shit show. I was surprised you did anything.
Yeah, I kind of had to help him out.
Yeah.
I feel responsible a little bit for the show because I did kind of ask people to do it.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, okay. It was fun though. You know, it was a good conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not really necessarily the right person to talk to that about because I'm very standoffish about it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, when you told me the topic, you're like, hey, if you want to pop on, if you can, and here's the topic. I'm like, oh, you guys want to talk to me about religion? It's you're really interesting.
Well, yeah, and I'm just like, I'm sure I got a lot of hate mail. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's my opinion, and I don't hold it against anybody that wants to practice or wants to believe, and I hope they don't find offense in what I believe. It's just what I've understood it to be.
Exactly. No, hell, I mean, everybody should have their own belief. And here's the thing: don't believe some shit for somebody else. If you don't believe it, you don't fucking believe it.
Right.
You know, I mean, don't. It's not a fucking what's the word?
All or nothing
popularity contest.
Oh, wow.
It ends up with a lot of people.
Sometimes it seems like it is.
Yeah. It's like, be sure you're doing it for the right reason if you're going to be that, convicted about something.
I mean, really, if you have, I mean, it is what it is. Everything's a societal construct.
It's all a social construct, man. We're all part of the system. You're in the matrix, dude.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. It's
you almost fucked up and summoned the Patty. You almost said social contract, and she would have come in here yelling.
Oh yeah. The sovereign.
Are you guys going sovereign citizen on me?
We're talking about being sovereign citizens when it comes to religion, Patty.
Comes in with a Star of David. No, back!
I got East Coast Jew in me.
I got East Coast Jew in me. I'm like, wow.
We don't painkillers don't work on us because we're full of suffering.
Oh.
That's not right. She's not here to defend herself.
I know, right? My mom's midwife knew Krav Maga. I can't feel pain.
She gave me a cranial squeeze when she was pulling me out.
Right.
She extracted me a month early.
Oh shit.
My mom was just done, so she got her midwife to extract me.
Extract me. That's why I can't feel pain.
Oh,
so I decided to become a lawyer.
Yeah. Well.
It all adds up, but
oh
we have
man.
to come back on next week and validate these claims though. So
oh yeah, the Krav Maga midwife.
Krav Maga midwife. That's up there with Josh's vibrating butt plug. So
I wonder if we could talk scrambling into a whole beehole sunning.
Dude, he should do a whole episode on sunning your butthole and like the frequencies and all that. Yeah.
Oh, you could be pulling in frequencies from the sun.
Could be. It's possible. Maybe your own butthole is a reflection of black holes in the universe. And
if you got on a regular beehole sunning routine where you did it every day, would your mood cycles be affected by solar flares?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. My butthole's a little extra tingly today.
I'm feeling like I have an extra ray of sunshine coming out my ass.
Sitting there walking a little bit funny. You okay? I don't know, man. I feel like I got some sunspots.
Well, solar flare today, you know. What the fuck?
What you doing over there, Brian?
I'm seeing if Norton wrote me back where he's at. No, he didn't. So he's probably in the middle of somewhere where he doesn't have any service or something.
Probably. Most likely.
Did anything happen on the Doomsday? What was it, the 24th?
Oh, there was supposed to be a Doomsday?
Yeah, wasn't the 24th? Where is this hair coming from?
I don't know. The world didn't end. I didn't know it was supposed to. It's just how much I pay attention.
Yeah, it was supposed to be The Simpsons predicted it. Nostradamus predicted it.
Maybe the world did end and we didn't notice. I don't know.
I'm cool with that.
We're all too busy doing shit to give a fuck.
Right. Maybe they're still having their elections. The traffic was a little lighter today.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh, it was Wednesday. Normal people were at work.
Right.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm wondering if my show will work tomorrow morning.
Hopefully.
With only my video.
I don't know. I don't know if that would make a difference or not. I think you've only got like one stream up to StreamYard. Either way, it shouldn't really affect your download. Shouldn't affect your upload, is what I'm thinking. So it should be the same upload either way, whether you were by yourself or not.
Right.
I don't know. It's funky. You chopped a couple of times on just the audio, but not near as much like the video. It was getting pretty frequent. So it's probably just bandwidth issues.
That's funny because I tested fine. Was I freezing last night too?
No, you weren't. Your audio was a little bit off because your microphone, but you weren't like popping in and out.
Huh.
You weren't freezing or anything. I don't know.
So I got.
It might just be a time of day thing too. Like I said, people start going to bed and stop streaming on TV and shit like that. It may speed back up. There's not as many people on the internet at 6 a.m. as there are at like 5 o'clock at night.
Right. I got like. Why isn't the test finishing?
I don't know. Does it need some permissions your camera and shit are using, or are you doing it on your phone?
No. I got 4.8 megabytes. This would be down, I'm guessing. Yeah, down.
tired today.
I'm 4 up. That's right around what I had yesterday. So,
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's 7 o'clock here now. Who knows? Your data might kind of go back to normal. It seems to me around here, I have problems during right when people are getting off work and kids are getting out of school. It gets really fucking slow, and then you get past 8, 9 o'clock at night and early in the morning, I could have no issues at all.
It's just like the highways.
Yeah, pretty much. Congestion.
Well, I might call it early tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that might be the idea. I don't see anybody else popping in, and I'm getting a little bit hungry. Actually, I had those burritos earlier, but they weren't very much substance. So.
Oh, your car hood burritos.
Yeah, but I took leftovers and wrapped them in some tortillas and put them in foil and threw them on the car hood. Let the Texas sun and the engine heat fucking warm them up.
That's
it works.
That's a very good idea.
I mean, it does work. It's free oven right here. Fuck it, And if it doesn't heat it up enough, you can just slap it on your exhaust manifold under the hood. Right. Wrap in foil. I've done shit like that before too. Oh, yeah. I don't like to slap it in there and go driving, but if you're parked somewhere.
I had a friend that had a little thing that he would put under his muffler. It was like a little cage on his muffler.
Nice.
He'd throw it, and then he would drive out in to go fishing on his lunch break. And in the time he would drive out there, it'd heat up his sandwich enough, and then he'd pull it out. He'd go fishing and eat his lunch, and then come back.
Nice.
Yeah. He was a welder though, so he just tacked up a little cage and
easy enough,
It's a nice little lunchtime. He didn't have to sit around and wait for the microwave or anything. He just throw it under his car and take off.
Yeah, I've got one of those little lunchbox size 12-volt heaters you can just plug in if you want to.
Yeah, we had a couple of those.
They're nice for some shit, but they take a while. They pull a lot of power.
I had a coworker that installed a shelf in his service van and put a microwave, and then made the company upgrade his inverter because he said that his inverter wasn't big enough to run his laser printer. And so he got one big enough to run a fucking microwave.
Nice.
Had it in his work van.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I had the biggest in my van, biggest inverter I really could run. Well, I mean, I could run a bigger one, but the alternator couldn't produce more than that anyway. Right. So unless I went dual alternator or a serious upgrade alternator, there wasn't any point going up above, I think, a 1500.
Right.
And, I was like, I could run a small air conditioner off that if I wasn't running a bunch of other shit at the same time, but I could never run shit like, electric kettle or a fucking hot plate without just pulling too much. So
right. Yep.
I'd use those if I had somewhere I could plug in, but
How do you have any idea how the air fryer is on electricity?
I know, but I've got one coming Friday that I'm going to dick around with over to Deer Shop, so I can look at what it's rated and everything. I don't have a meter, but
you don't have a kilowatt.
No, I've never bothered with one, so
you're screwy. You should have one.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted one, but never really got around to buying one.
I got one in the camper.
Huh? Yeah. Well,
I got to figure out what
down here. Then
Yeah, that's true.
We could give it a shot and see what it actually pulls.
Corey said that's the definite reason why we have to go to Texas. So
there you go. Exactly. You got to come test the air fryer.
Oh yeah, and she said, and she wants to be warm.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, it's pretty warm.
When does it start cooling off?
It kind of just depends. Usually October, November, we'll start seeing some cooler nights. But by cooler nights, I mean it's getting into the 50s, maybe the 40s. So as far as cold, probably February is the coldest. And we might have a week where we get down and you have some frost, it gets below freezing.
What?
Single digits a couple of times since I've been here in 8 years.
What are the highs this time of year?
This time of year, right now, today, it was still 92.
How about next month?
It just depends. But we're probably looking at mid 80s. I mean, but we'll get some nice days where it's down into the 70s. But it's not long. It's
right.
And it'll vary every year a little bit. That's kind of cool. We might get some rain at that time of year too. And sometimes it's like 70s and like perfect. Sometimes it's raining like fucking hurricane rain. Sometimes it's all of a sudden 95 degrees today, and then it's cold tonight. So it's kind of a weird, fluctuating time of year.
Okay.
But let me see if I can tell what it is right now. Well, I know that's not right. The fucking car says 111, but I think that's that temperature sensor is not reading the outside temp because it's actually cooling off outside. I wonder what my phone says it is for temps right now. The sun is just starting to go down, and my phone is showing that was 2 hours ago. Come on, update your temps. I guess 84 right now.
All right.
It's supposed to be like low of about 72 tonight. Tomorrow night, we're finally getting down into the 50s though. So.
Oh, there you go. If it cools off at night, highs aren't that bad.
No. But I'll tell you what, we only get a couple of months of it, so it's.
Well, that's why we're gonna come there then.
Right. Yeah, it's the summers here are rough and they're long, but I always tell people we don't have winter here. We have fall into spring. You know, there's not really a cold time. We may get a little cold snap, and then the world ends for that like 3 days. Oh my God, nobody can go anywhere. There's an inch of snow. Holy shit!
Geez.
They're bad. They're bad. Like it's apocalypse level. If we get like 2 days in a row where it's below freezing.
We were coming back from Squatch Fest. We were up at one of our camps, and we woke up and there was snow on the ground. We were like, "Oh, cool, snow!"
Oh.
We're not going to make it home in time to get the camper put away.
Oh no!
This is going to suck.
No, what are we going to do?
Well, we made it though, so.
Ain't too bad, but
yeah. Right, well, I'm gonna probably go to bed because we got to get down to Tennessee in the morning.
Yep. I got to get my shit together too. So, all right, we'll holler at you later.
All right,
all right.
Bye.